Hey everyone, so this is going to be my last speech for the Ron Paul Curriculum Public Speaking course. I kind of elaborated on this subject last week when I told y'all that this was going to be my last and that I wasn't able to do the Lesson 81 due to time constraints and lack of venue because I slacked off public speaking this year due to being afraid, I guess. Anyway, without further ado, I would like to get started on my last speech. Here we go. Hey everyone, so today I'm going to give you all the reasons that I think you should join the Ron Paul curriculum. Now, first and foremost, probably the most important reason, is there is just so much more time for activities when you're in the Ron Paul curriculum. So if you're anything like me, you're probably tired of spending 8 to 9 hours of your already exhausting day doing school. Then, the Ron Paul curriculum is probably the perfect choice for you. See, the thing that makes the Ron Paul curriculum so unique is that it can be finished in 4 to 5 hours, which is just phenomenal compared to other places. There's no more busy work, spending all day doing this useless work or being sent home with homework after you've already been doing school for 7 8 hours. Now, benefit number 2 is that it is a very flexible schedule. The reason the Ron Paul curriculum is so flexible is because there actually is no schedule. So, like for me, when COVID all started, I did virtual school, which was a homeschool program through my school district. And they had scheduled Zoom calls throughout the day, and I wasn't able to do anything. I basically had to wait from 7-ish in the morning till 4 o'clock at night whenever they were scheduling these things because I had them like once an hour. There's nothing I could do in that time. But with the Ron Paul curriculum, it's so flexible that if you want to wake up at 6 and get school done at 11 so you can have an entire 11 free hours for the day. If you say go to bed at 10, you can. Or maybe you don't want to start till 6 o'clock at night, and that is completely okay. There is nothing holding you back. Now that I just think is absolutely awesome. And the coolest option that I have found is if you actually do 2 days a day, which I guess you can get done in like 8 hours, maybe even shorter. You can do school only 3 days a week, which is just amazing. It gives you 2 extra days for your week to do whatever you want, whether it is running a business or playing video games, which 2 whole days playing video games is probably not healthy, but it's alright. Now, the benefits for the Ron Paul curriculum are seemingly endless. You could just continue naming them for probably 20-30 minutes, but I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to name a few. Number 1, the completely flexible schedule, as I mentioned above. It is absolutely amazing. Number 2, there is no need to cancel your plans because you have school. If you have plans, you can just say, okay, I'll do school tonight. Or maybe you do 2 days the next day, like I had said, and there's no need to worry. You can do whatever you want. 3, if you want to have like a 2-month Christmas vacation, that's completely fine. There's nothing stopping you. Take it. Number 4, you can actually learn personal finance at this age. They will teach you and prepare you for the real world like other homeschool programs and public school won't. It is absolutely amazing, and I don't know, it makes me feel ready for the world when at public school they would teach us, basic math, basic history, which is really, it's really watered down and it's not the whole truth. But they didn't ever prepare me for the real world. They taught me the useless stuff, which, I don't know. I want to be prepared. I don't want to go out there and completely fail because I don't know what to do. Now, number 5 is if you want to be a politician, you can actually take 2 government classes to learn the ins and outs of being in government, which is awesome. Number 6, if you want to get over that overwhelming fear of speaking like I had a few years ago. Actually, no, it's more like a year ago, actually. Then you can take the public speaking course like I currently am. Now, number 7, you can actually learn how to write an autobiography by spending an entire course studying the best and the worst authors. There are options for everyone. No matter what you want to do, there's an option for you. And there's just so many benefits that I'm going to get absolutely exhausted if I try naming them all. So I'm going to keep it pretty short. Now, if you do need a little bit more convincing, however, that is not a problem for me, and I will take care of that. So the RPC program can actually be accessed on any device. So say you're at your brother's boring soccer game, you're not enjoying this at all, and you decide, you know what, I want to knock out some school. Pull out your phone, right? Get on it. Get on the Ron Paul curriculum. Just start knocking out your school right there. You do this, You get to go home, you can play your game for the rest of the night, you don't have to go do school then. Now, another example is, say you've recently gotten into some new hobbies, right? But your parents can't afford to sponsor and fund all your spontaneous hobbies. Like, I got some spontaneous hobbies, if I'm being completely honest. But that's okay, because you can learn how to run your own business at the age of 15 from the comfort of your own home. Now, all these benefits and so many more that I haven't even begun to mention are in the Ron Paul curriculum. Now, the Ron Paul curriculum is easily accessible, like I said, but it's also very easy to use, being able to purchase all your courses in a matter of minutes. We actually purchased my 10th grade courses in, I think, like 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and that was taking our time. So all this, and we also have a brand new updated system on the Ron Paul curriculum, which is awesome. Makes it even easier to navigate than it already was. Now, I'd also like to tell y'all about something very unique, and that is the public chat forums. So I've always had a problem, whether it was with homeschool programs or with any website in general. I had a problem getting information, but that is not even a consideration with the Ron Paul curriculum. There is a avenue and a way to find information no matter what it is. If you're having a hard time understanding a specific assignment, then you can actually find inspiration from other students on the forums. You can actually look up, no matter the lesson, you can find their work, you can get inspiration from it, and you can actually critique it in a helpful way, not putting the other person down, and you can help that person to grow. So you're able to teach and you're able to learn on these forums. Now, there is a forum for every single class, whether it is public speaking like I'm doing, or 4th grade math. And this allows a source of information for anyone, and it gives the chance to help teach others, which is just, it's amazing, they help make a community. Now, I hope that I have convinced all the kids by now, so I would like to address the parents in specific. Now, I'm sure you would all be happy to know that the Ron Paul curriculum is actually 98% self-taught. There's no more suffering through the courses with your kids. Y'all took care of that when y'all were kids, and there is no need to do it again. Now, there are also weekly essays for the courses. It isn't for all the courses. Like for public speaking, there aren't weekly essays. There are weekly speeches. But with English and things such as business, there are these weekly essays, and they help your kid not only to improve their writing skills, but their study skills and their note-taking skills as well. Now, that is, I believe, one of the biggest benefits, and that is all I'm really going to cover in this speech. But if there are any more questions you have or anything you are wondering, you can find all of it on the Ron Paul curriculum. Now, I appreciate y'all all spending y'all's time with me, and I'd like y'all to take this information and actually, consider signing up for the Ron Paul curriculum. It is amazing, and it is only going to benefit your children as well as your, family as a whole. Now, if you are a kid, I know that all of these benefits sound extremely tempting, and there's no need to question it, Just get your parents to sign up. It's awesome. And if you're a parent, like I said, it's only going to benefit your children and your family. Thank you again for watching, and I hope I see you again next year. Goodbye.